Thanks for staying with us on this edition of Visions. Excited about our guests. We've been waiting to get a chance to talk to Mr. Eugene Tinker, the CEO of Certified Technical Experts Incorporated. Mr. Tinker, thanks for coming to be with us again.
No problem.
We appreciate you, and we appreciate all of your support. We want to let our viewers know that this segment is brought to the community by way of Certified Technical Experts who are doing great technology support and work in our country, not just our region. And so we want to say thanks. And one of the hot topics we want to talk about, Mr. Tinker, is the AFITC conference. Of course, we had a headline story in the newspaper, and we want to go to the shot and let you explain what it is that we're seeing when we saw the shot of you and your partner on the screen in the paper.
Well, I mean, right there, Cedric, it was basically, when you start, as you rise, you should lift. And throughout the time that we've been in business, CTE, Keith Ellis and myself, we started a dream from the back of the house. You probably heard this story on many occasions before. And that lab right there is where we started doing a lot of training because we believe in certifications and stuff of the sort. And in the paper, it talked about like how we had to look to small business, which is Denise Baylor. She was one of the biggest helps as far as, giving us knowledge and looking at it from a small business standpoint. And then being able to, let the other industry know, what you're doing, how you're doing it. It's a difference being able to do the work, but if people don't know what you do, how can you actually be an asset to those folks that are looking for things that need to get done?
That's right.
So, with that, AFITC Montgomery is a growing, I've traveled a lot abroad all over the world, and I hear a lot about Montgomery. So I hear a lot about the technology of Montgomery, and we have like some of the smartest folks here in Montgomery. Just talking to the mayor and, Sharice Stokes and Boyd Stevens, I can name a few of them. But those guys are some of the ones that when we started off trying to get this thing going, those guys going to those conferences was one of the things that helped us be able to realize what was out there throughout the world. What could we do to actually be able to be that little point that can try to help some of those things throughout the world. So
well, you've definitely been making a difference, and so your business has expanded. So you have basically like a corporate headquarters in Montgomery. But you have an office and you have a contract with the CDC.
Correct.
In Atlanta.
Correct.
Okay.
So we have an office here in Montgomery, our corporate office. So you always take care of home. So you here, you always want to make sure that you keep bread at home. So one of the things that we want to, one of my biggest reasons for staying here is try to reach out to some of the colleges, try to get internships, or we get paid internships, or we giving students certifications. They come through the summer, we get them certifications. And they're getting paid for it, But, we got the opportunity at the CDC, and, the CDC is a hard place to really get into. We got in there and we started like growing. We started being this little company. We took a small contract, and that small contract turned us into 5 or 6, you got 7 different contracts out there with the CDC. So one of the huge ones that has really been big in the president's been talking about and everything is prescription drug overdose. Where we right now have built one of the first cloud environments in the CDC where we're able to track the data with prescription drug overdose. So we're priming one of those contracts where we're actually looking at data, we're actually figuring out how they're making prescription drug overdose, and we're doing it from the IT side, as well as we got epidemiologists and those guys that are in the pot doing it from the scientific side, but we're on the technology side as well. So we got all of those folks collaborated together with CTE. So CDC, is a huge success for us. It was one of my check boxes.
Well, and you've been here before, and you brought some of your students here from when you had the program at Lee High School, and it was great. And one of the things that you pointed out, for our viewers, is the opportunity for the Microsoft certifications.
Correct.
That even students who are in high school can become certified, and they can begin earning money.
Correct.
For them and their families.
Correct.
and you were making sure that, you know, you provided this opportunity for our students in high school.
Correct. So one of the things is, I feel like if you teach one, you learn one, and then you can grow one, right? So you got to get taught first. Then once you get taught, you start learning while you're being taught. And then you can actually put them out into the world to grow, right?
Good.
So basically what we're looking at, that was one of my biggest reasons for becoming Amazon. So we're a premier partner with Amazon now. So now Amazon actually helps us find opportunities. They actually go with us to actually look at opportunities and see how we can actually be able to incorporate Amazon. You know, Amazon is huge. They're putting distribution centers throughout the world.
Yeah.
Being a partner with them, they got levels of partnership where we're a premier partner with them. And now we're actually able to test on the Amazon platform. So me, myself, I went back and got my Amazon certifications for a developer as well as an architect within the AWS environment, because now one of my things is I make the whole office go. Like all of my technology guys, they all went and got hours of training for this, because I know what the world is going to. Right now, you got your mobile device. All that stuff is pushed out to the cloud. You know, it's just like you look in the air, no matter where you go in the world, you see clouds, right? And so when you start teaching those young ones, like, because it's moving into their phase of life, right? And so my goal is to try to start training them this summer on cloud.
That's good.
Getting them paid, because most of the time you never know what these kids are going through at home, right? And sometimes it allows them to actually be able to get off the streets, to actually be able to influence them where the parents don't have to work so hard to actually work overtime and extra weekends, but they can put time in with the kids. So I teach them, you know, I make sure that the boys wear shirt and tie, put your pants up. You know, we even talked to ENS to actually ask them that we got an account there. Hey, if the guys need suits or clothes, because some of these kids have came to us, Cedric, you won't even believe they never even had a suit. Yeah. They never owned any of these things. Right. So, you know, my thing is, show me what you wear to church. Right. That's what I want you to come and say. Come as you are, but I'm gonna dress you up. Right. So that was one of the things that we're doing right now. So being a CEO or being, I was reading this morning, me and my moms have like almost like a Bible study almost every morning where we talk. And one of the things she came to me this morning with, being rich is not always monetary, right? Sometimes being rich is sometimes richness comes within the spirit. That's good. Right? And you help one, that makes you feel even more richer, because now you're sowing the seed. That's good. Right? So that's what I am with these students. You know, I want to sow this seed. I've been there, got plenty of stories to tell, but we definitely want to try to grow them. Good.
Well, one of the other programs that you've been a part of, and I think you received an award, a mentor protege program, and we've got a photo. So what was the award? It was a
Perry Award.
Perry Award. And so you recently received that, you and your partner recognizing your firm. And we're going to go to that photo so that our viewers can see it, so that you can kind of share with us so this photo right here, this is another award. This photo is the top CEO. We'll come back to that. This photo is the top CEO Finance Monthly Award.
Correct.
And so what happened with that?
So, I mean, they go out and they send out different things so people can nominate you or stuff of the sort. So it was nominated for the top CEO of the month. Okay. Being the top CEO of the month, it's not only just being like the CEO, it's being able to bring in subs, being able to bring in partners, mentoring, stuff of the sort. So you had to do this big write-up of what we had to do. And I can't just say Eugene wrote it up. I have to give Jenny Brown, who is my marketing person, you know, credit. She wrote up this long thing about, you know, here's why my CEO, even though he's chosen, here's why I think he should be that one of the month. Good. And we got an award. We made their magazine, and you know, it was, the awards are great. And what I was telling them, I think I put that picture on Facebook. Yeah. But at that same night, they thought I was having a heart attack. So, you know, I was saying that sometimes you can enjoy the fame from there, but also take care of yourself so that you can make sure that you can really enjoy those fruits that you're out there bearing.
Well, we're going to go now to the photo with the mentor protege, the non-Perry Award, so that viewers can see what we're saying. So on here, so tell us about this program and winning that award.
So non-Perry Award is a program that's put together that mentors come in and they're actually mentoring proteges to actually be able to give those guys like different, certifications, ways of growing, business development. And right here on this picture, that's one of my closest friends. His name is Lafayette. He basically is out of DC, 8A company. Met him. We met in passing and when I was winning the award. And he said, man, I really like that. And I said, next year, that's going to be your award. So, I'm a big believer. You speak it.
Amen.
It'll come into existence, And he was around me. I was giving him all the advice, telling him, here's how you do this, here's how you do that, here's how you grow the company. And look what God did. God gave him that award. He spoke it. And I said, every time you talk to me, I want you to talk about that award.
That's good. That's
so,
good. Amen.
Definitely a good company, small business, 8A company. They're doing great things. They're top secret company. They do a lot of cybersecurity work. Great guy.
So this next photo we're pulling up here is when you and your partner were at Alabama A&M University. What was happening here? So
A&M University, they had what they call like a MBE, where you're trying to pull into colleges. So what my goal is to try to get, Alabama State, Tuskegee, A&M, and those are some of the HBCUs that I'm trying to touch to actually be able to get them into a program where we can actually try to get these kids certified as they're getting ready to graduate from college. Because it's one thing to graduate and you have that bill, but it's another thing to graduate and you have something that you can go to work with.
That's good.
That you don't have to go back and get your master's for to say, hey, I got to get my master's, then I can get this job.
Right.
Well, what we're trying to incorporate is getting these kids certified before they leave college. So that's one of the things that we was working on there.
Well, you're very active in the community, and you don't mind making sure that the next generation behind you gets the information and that they stay encouraged. And so you're speaking to some students here at Greensboro.
Yeah, so it's always good. I never forget where you come from.
Amen.
So I always. People tell me to take care of stuff. I always go take care of stuff at home first. So we give out scholarships, laptops. We go speak to the kids. I started this clothing line called Believe in Oneself.
You sure did.
And so one of the things that I went out and spoke at a lot of different places, Florida, a lot of different places that I speak to a lot of kids. And the one thing they always ask me is, how did you get there? And I said, the first thing first is you got God. Secondly, you got to believe in you. If you don't believe in you, then you can't make it. And you can't do anything. So my movement now
we gotta go. We're getting the cue side. We gotta go. I posted that photo of you doing your award, and thanks for coming. And we'll see you next time.